Today I am going to discuss new chapter coordinate geometry. In the smaller classes we have learned the basic concept of coordinate geometry. Here we are going to discuss some more concept like distance and the section formula. As we know that in this modern era the designing of 3D models is very important, especially in the technological field. So in this designing of 3D models, it is used the basic concept of geometry, like the axis and the distance of the point and the vertices, like that, etc. So all these technological concepts are based on the basic concept of coordinate geometry. Here we are focusing only two-dimensional coordinate geometry, which has x-axis and y-axis. But in this case of 3D designing, we need to know about three-dimensional geometry, which you will learn in the higher classes. What I am going to say is that it is very important to know the basics of coordinate system and coordinate geometry. Clear? So let's recall those things which you have learned in the class 9. That is, what is x coordinate and what is y coordinate. What is x coordinate? The distance of a point from the y axis is called its x coordinate or abscissa. So if we consider a point P here and the distance of a point from the y axis, this is the y axis. Okay, so this distance will be the x coordinate and the distance of a point from the x axis is called its y coordinate. This distance is called its y coordinate. Clear? That means this distance will be here, we will get the x value, and this distance from the x axis to this point, that will give the y coordinate. That is very important to know. And the third point is the coordinates of a point on the x axis. Okay? Are of the form x comma 0. If a point lies on the x axis, then the coordinates of that point will be x comma 0. That means y coordinate will be 0. Similarly, a point on the y axis are of the form 0 comma y. X coordinate will be 0. These two concepts also we need to remember. And we know that this x axis and y axis divide the entire region into 4 quadrants. Okay? 4 quadrants. X axis and y axis. This is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, and this is the third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. In this quadrant, in this first quadrant, both the x coordinate and y coordinate is positive. So the coordinates of a point, both x coordinate and y coordinate will be positive. In the second quadrant, x will be negative. Okay, this is the origin. So x going to negative direction. So the x value will be negative and y value is still going upward. That means in the positive direction. That means y will be positive. And in the third quadrant, both going in the negative direction, x axis as well as y axis. So therefore, both the coordinates will be negative value. And in the fourth quadrant, what will be the values? Y coordinate is going negative direction, but x coordinate is in the positive direction. That means x value will be positive, y value will be negative. Okay, by seeing the coordinates of a point, we can say that that point lies in which quadrant. Okay, so these are the basic concepts we have learned in the class 9 coordinate geometry. In this chapter, we are going to study about another 3 topics, that is distance formula and section formula as well as area of a triangle. These are the 3 formulas we are going to learn in this chapter with the help of these basic concepts. Out of these 3 topics, area of a triangle, that formula is excluded from your syllabus for this academic year. But still I will discuss how to find the area by using this formula. Okay? So let's start with the distance formula. The distance between 2 points P x1, y1 and Q x2, y2 This is the coordinate of the point Q, and this is the coordinates of the point P. So how to find the distance between the 2 points P and Q? Here we are going to consider a Cartesian coordinate system with x-axis and y-axis. And the 2 points P and Q. So let's take point P here. It is coordinate x1, y1. Okay, and the point Q here with the coordinates x2 and y2. Okay, now we need to find the distance between this point P and Q. That means we have to find the length of PQ. For that, first mark here x1 and y1 here, x1 and y1 here. Okay. Similarly, here x2 and here it will be y2. Now just cross this. Okay, draw a dotted parallel line here. This will be right. What will be this distance? This here the coordinate is x2 and here it is x1. So the entire x2 minus x1 we will get this distance. That means x2 minus x1. Similarly, here up to here it is y2, the value is y2. y2 minus y1. Okay, sorry, this is y1. y1, we will get this distance. y2 minus y1. Now here, this is in the form of a right angle triangle. Applying Pythagoras theorem, and this is a hypotenuse of this triangle. So according to the Pythagoras theorem, we will get a hypotenuse is equal to square root of the other sum of the other two sides. That means x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So this is the formula to find the distance between 2 points if its coordinates given. Now, the distance of a point P x comma y from the origin. This is a special case. What is the distance of a point from the origin? So origin is here. What is the coordinate at origin? 0, 0. Both the values are 0. X coordinate as well as y coordinate 0. Therefore, the distance will be is equal to, what will be the distance? Square root of x2 and y2 we can consider as this, and x1 and y1 we can consider as this. Just substitute in this value, we will get x minus 0 whole square plus y minus 0 whole square, which is equal to square root of x square plus y square. This is a very important concept you need to remember in case of solving multiple choice questions. One more question can be asked like that. What is the distance of a point from the dashed axis? Y axis or x axis? This already we have learned that it's related to the coordinate. As we know that the x coordinate is the distance from the y axis and the y coordinate is the distance from the x axis. So by looking the coordinate of the point, we can directly say no need to calculate this by using this formula. Okay, so the distance of a point P x comma y from x axis is y units. Okay, the distance of a point from x axis will be y units and from y axis is x units. This is the two quantity you need to remember. These are the basic concepts you need to remember in case of distance formula. Next, section formula. What is section formula? The coordinates of the point P, x, y, which divides the line segment joining the points A and B. Okay, a line segment is given AB. The coordinates of A is x1 and y1, and another point B, x2, with the coordinates x2 and y2. And the coordinates of a point P which divides the line segment. So it will be on the line segment AB. Okay, we don't know where it is, we just consider here. And the coordinates of this point divides the line segment point joining the points A and B internally in the ratio m1 is to m2. We are generally considering m1 and m2. It can be in 1 is to 2 or 2 is to 3 or in any ratio. Okay, its coordinates will be P, x, y. First we can write the x coordinate, that is m1 into x2 plus m2 into x1 divided by m1 plus m2. This is the x coordinate. Similarly, y coordinate also same way we can write, only we need to replace x by y. That means m1 into, instead of x2 it will be y2, plus m2 into, instead of x1 there will be y1, divided by m1 plus m2. So this is the coordinate x. This will be the x coordinate and this will be the y coordinates. Okay. So I am going to, here I am not going to derive this formula, we just remember this formula you can find. So this formula can be used to find the ratio. Okay, this formula can be used to find the ratio, coordinates, to find the coordinates from the ratio. Now, the second possibility is that, suppose if the ratio is k is to 1, okay, on the right side portion is 1 and the left side portion is not 1, it is some constant k. So in that case, the coordinates section formula will be turned into, instead of m1 we can put k, and instead of m2 we can put 1. So just to replace this value, k into x2, okay, k into x2 plus 1 into x1, m2 will be 1, so it will be x1, okay, divided by ratio m1 plus m2 will be k plus 1, okay, comma, y coordinate similarly it will be k into y2 plus y1 divided by k plus 1. So here this formula can be used to find ratio if coordinates given. You can use this formula also, okay? But it's very simple to use this formula. If you are not able to remember this formula, then you can use this one. You will get the ratio. Okay. But this is the formula which we are using instead of finding the ratio if the coordinate is given. This formula mainly we are using to find the coordinates. From the ratio. Now, how to find the ratio? Ratio. How we are assigning this is k is to 1. Suppose your ratio is m1 is to m2. Suppose. Then if you are going to divide this ratio, both sides of this ratio by m2, then what will you get? m1 by m2. Okay, m1 by m2 is 2. m2 by m2 will be 1. So this is we are assigning as k is to 1. So k will be m1 by m2. Okay. So suppose you are getting k is equal to, suppose k is equal to 3 by 5 you are getting. After solving this question, then the ratio will be 3 is to 5. Clear. So just to find the value of k, because here this equation consists of two variables. Here this equation consists only one variable. If the x2 and if the coordinates given, then here only one unknown variable will be there, that is k. But here still m1 and m2 will be there. So that is the difference between these two formula. Clear. So first after finding the value of k, just write those numbers as m1 is to m2. That means k will be m1 by m2. Clear. Now we are going to discuss the special case under section formula. That is, we have a line segment x1, a and b, joining a and b with the coordinates of a is x1 and y1 and coordinates of b is x2 and y2. So in this case, if a point P is exactly at the middle of this line segment AB, that means it bisects. Okay, at the midpoint or it bisects. So in that case, M1 is to M2 will be 1 is to 1. The ratio will be 1 is to 1 because it is at the exact middle of this line segment. Okay, so in that case, what is the general formula? We have learned that is x comma y, that is equal to, okay, m2 x1, sorry, m1 x2 plus m2 x1 divided by m1 plus m2 and m1 y2 plus m2 y1 divided by m1 plus m2. So here m1 and m2 become 1. Both the values will become 1. m1 also become 1 and m2 also become 1 in this case. Therefore, the coordinates will be x comma y will be 1 into x to this x2 plus 1 into x1 is x1 divided by 1 plus 1, that is 2. Similarly, this coordinate will be y2 plus y1 divided by 2. So this is the formula we can use if it is mentioned that point is at the middle of the line segment or it bisects. So this is the midpoint formula. Okay, just to take the arithmetic mean, that means average of the x coordinates and average of the y coordinates. Problem is solved. One more thing is you have to remember is in case of bisects means the ratio will be 1 is to 1. Okay, bisect means ratio will be 1 is to 1. That means the point will be P will be here and in the middle of the line segment joining A and B. That means a bisecting. So the ratio will be 1 is to 1. Suppose if it in case of trisect. In case of trisect, what will be A, B. In case of trisecting, 2 points needed. We can consider that as P and Q. So for P, the ratio will be 1 is to 2. 2 portions are there. This is actually divided into 3 equal parts. That is the meaning of trisecting. Clear? So in this case, 1 is to 2. Okay, 1 portion here and 2 portions here. So the ratio will be 1 is to 2. To find the coordinates of this point. For finding the coordinates of the point Q, what will be the ratio? The ratio will become 2 portions here on the left side. So the ratio 2 is to 1. Clear. So this is also you need to know. So similarly, if it is divided into 4 equal parts, you can do like this. 3 is to 1, 2 is to 1, like that. You can find. So just to draw the figure and you will get the clear idea. Okay. So if it is, because there are some questions which directly will not give the ratio. Instead of that, it will mention bisect or trisect or it is divided into 4 equal parts or like that. Now, next, the last topic we need to remember under the section formula, that is how to find the coordinates of a perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector. So the coordinates of the point P lies on the perpendicular bisector of the line segment joining the points A and B. So in this case, consider two coordinates, okay? So the axis x and y, and there is a line segment, okay, A, B, okay, and this will be the perpendicular bisector. Am I right? This will be the perpendicular bisector. Suppose if you want to find the coordinates of a point P lies on the perpendicular bisector, okay, which lies on the perpendicular bisector, okay, then you can just use the midpoint formula. Suppose this is a P, then you can use the same formula which we have learned, that is midpoint formula you can use. Okay, midpoint formula you can use to find the coordinates, because perpendicular bisector means it should be divided into equal ratio, 1:1. Suppose if the question is asking that find the coordinates of a point lies on the perpendicular bisector which intersects the x-axis, or which lies on the x-axis or y-axis, like that. So in that case, that is very important. That is a point on the perpendicular bisector which lies on the x-axis or y-axis. In that case, you cannot use this midpoint formula concept. So instead of that, you need to use the concept equidistant. Equidistant concept you need to use it. That means suppose this is the point Q. Then you have to use the concept, that is QA should be equal to Q. So these two concepts are very important. If it is just to mention that the point lies on the perpendicular bisector, you just find the midpoint. Otherwise, you have to apply this concept. Just to consider this point, and this point will be, if it is lies on the x-axis, then this point will be y coordinate will be 0, x comma 0. You can apply this condition x comma 0, then you can consider the coordinates of the point Q is x comma 0, then apply AQ will be equal to QB, or QA is equal to QB, because the perpendicular bisector always keep the same distance from the end of the line segment. And the last topic of this chapter, that is area of triangle. We have learned many formula, that is to find the area, half BH, Heron's formula. Okay, so here we have using the formula, that is to find the area of triangle if the coordinates are given, instead of the length of the side, coordinates are given. So it is very simple formula, that is area of triangle we can write as area of triangle ABC, we can write as half into, first write the value x1, x coordinate, okay, x1 into, we have to take in the cyclic order, okay, in this cyclic path. So x1, then don't write y1, then take y2 minus y3, okay, plus after taking x1, then take x2 into, then don't take y2, start from y3, y3 minus y1, plus the next third one is x3, x3 into, then don't take y3, start from y1, y1 minus y2. So this is the formula to find the area of a triangle if the coordinates are given. For this academic year, this topic is actually excluded from your syllabus, but still this topic will help you to find to solve some questions like collinear related questions. Okay, that means if A, B and C are collinear points, then area of triangle ABC should be equal to 0. Suppose there are 3 points given A, B and C. Then the area bounded, if these are not collinear, then there will be some area A, B, C. Clear? If these are collinear, that means they are lying on the same line. Then the area bounded by these 3 points will be equal to 0. So in those questions, this formula will help you to solve those questions. Okay? So you just remember, this is very important formula, even though it is not a public examination, but it's very important formula. So in this video, I have discussed the all theoretical portions of the chapter coordinate geometry. So just understand those concepts very well. In the next video, I will discuss the exercise questions. Thank you.